All right, let's trade some stocks today. Let me see what I can find over here. Go ahead and find something fun to trade here. I heard about this one recently. See if we can put some money into something solid here. DRYS. Well, StockTwit says it's a go. I'll put all my money into this one and I should be rich tomorrow, right? What's up guys, 7 Star Mike here, and today I want to show you how you can use some of the tools available to you to potentially track down some trades. So I do my charting in Thinkorswim. Set up here is the chart platform that I have. And if you come up to the top here, you'll see a scan button. We're going to click on that and we're going to run a scan. We're going to tell Thinkorswim what we want to look for. Now, this will set different parameters to scan for specifics, and we want to narrow it down because we're looking for something specific. So for me, when I do scans, typically, up here we have add filter for stock. We're going to select from the drop-down menu the volume, and I'm going to put 1 million in there because I don't want to see anything that's only trading 200,000 or 300,000 shares. So we're going to tell the Thinkorswim scanner I only want results that trade 1 million shares minimum volume. We're also going to say, let's go to pattern filter. And over here it says add selected patterns. And these are the patterns in Thinkorswim that are pre-programmed. Now, some of them aren't the best. They're a little bit loose as far as how they define the pattern. So I don't particularly like the Thinkorswim patterns. But as an example, let's take a look at some of the ones they do have and let's see if we can find something to trade. So we're going to go with, let's take the first two, ascending and descending triangle. So we're going to select those two. It says two selected. We're going to bump this out to a 30-day time frame, and let's pull up a 4-hour. So let's just give it a bit of variety. We're going to come over here and click scan. Now Thinkorswim just scanned all the available stocks, and it's only picking out the ones that show a volume with a minimum of 1 million. That's the first parameter we set. And it's also going to show the ones that have a selected pattern of ascending or descending triangle. And these are the results that we have here. So you can see over here it says 50 of 402, and I've got 50 shown. You can pull a drop-down menu here to select how many you want to see. But searching 402 stocks might not be a quick endeavor. So we're going to select 50 of them here, and we're just going to kind of scroll through. So the first step is to set up your scanner in such a way that it's going to show you only the things you're looking to see. Second step, let's go through some of these. And so here's BDX. I also use another scanner that shows me options activity, and BDX has been on there the past few weeks. So let's go ahead and select that one and see what we've got going on here. Now I've got two screens set up on this particular system. So I'm going to pull up a chart here from another screen. Let's go ahead and put BDX into that chart. And you can see the purple and blue lines are the Thinkorswim pattern lines. If you don't have those on there, and I usually don't because, like I said, I don't really trade off of the Thinkorswim patterns. I kind of look for my own. But if you go over here to patterns, you can hit show patterns. So right now, if it's not selected, it won't show any of them. If you click it, it's going to show them. And it's going to show ascending and descending triangle, which is what we set up for the scan. If you want to show more, you can pick from over here. If you want to show candlestick patterns, you can pick from over here as well. But we only want ascending and descending triangle because that's what we set our scanner to look for. So BDX is showing, and here's a perfect example of why I don't necessarily like them. This is considered a descending triangle from Thinkorswim. And if you look at this area here between those blue lines, I guess it's technically a descending triangle because you've got a flat line here and you've got a high point here and a lower high, but I wouldn't look at that as a descending triangle. That's not really formed yet. It's not really taking shape of the pattern, but Thinkorswim recognizes it as one, so they put it on there. We're going to look at this one here. If we look here, when you click on, you don't even have to click, you just hover over it. It pulls up this white box with some information here. So it's telling us this is an ascending triangle. The predicted price range is 251.67 to 260.93. And if you look here, it gives you, I have to hover over it to keep that there, but those two green boxes are the predicted price ranges. The prediction period, it says from 620 to 715. So it's giving you an estimate of the time frame it would take to reach those. And this was pulled up on our scanner as an ascending triangle. And it shows you the pattern, it shows you the predicted range, and it shows you the predicted time frame. So let's say we like this one. We're going to pull it up. We're going to take a look at what we can do when we add the options activity to it. So I'm going to put BDX into the options scanner. And what comes up here is an 8/9 expiration, $250 strike put. Someone put almost $100,000 into that. That was a sweep above the ask. And that single transaction there took out the entire open interest of that particular contract. That's what the yellow color means. So 8/9, 250 put. Someone put almost $100,000 into that. It's a sweep, it's above the ask, so we like to see those. So if we look back at the chart, if we look in the green section, the predicted price range that thinkorswim has for the ascending triangle breakout, it's in the first one through that and touching the second predicted price range up here. So someone might be thinking that this is due for a pullback. It had its predicted range. It met the first one. It's entering the second one. So maybe it's due for a pullback here. If we go and draw a line around this area here, that's the high. This is a 3-month, 1-day chart. So for the past 3 months, that's the high that we're reaching at. So it's coming up to that area, and it's already in the predicted price range that thinkorswim has for this ascending triangle breakout. So someone over here, they might be thinking it's due for a pullback. I've got 8/9, 250 strike put. I think it's going to drop a little bit. Someone put $100,000 into that. So we can combine our resources by doing a few things. One, here's the scanner, right? So we've got the scanner set up to tell us, find me all the stocks that meet this criteria. And for this particular example, we just used a minimum trading of 1 million shares, and for an ascending and descending triangle. That pulled up a list of stocks here. Circle through. We found one that this particular name stuck out at me because I remember hearing some options activity about it the last few weeks. Then we're going to come over here. We're going to look at what that options activity was. This was for this Friday. If we go to historical, we can change this on here, and we can see the action for the past few days. And there hasn't been that much. So someone else has a 920, $260 call for it. That was a block on the ask. So there's a few different opinions here. Someone says it's a call, someone says it's a put. We can use that to help us make a determination on what we think is going to happen if this was something that you were interested in trading. Again, it's in the predicted price range for the ascending triangle breakout. It's up here near a 3-month resistance. Someone that put 100 grand into that put thinks it's going to drop. If that's something you like, you can follow that. And we found that by using 1, scanner to tell us what's going on as far as patterns that we were looking for. 2, an option scanner that taught us someone else was putting money into this. We get rid of historical and go back to the flow. This was just what happened on Friday. And then we can look at the chart and see, do we agree or not agree with that? It's up here near resistance. It's reached a predicted price range for the breakout. If we agree that it's going to drop, maybe we follow this person into the $500 or $100,000 into that put. You can choose to follow. You can not choose to follow. That's part of your own research. That's part of using the tools available to you to figure out whether you want to enter a trade or not. That's just one way to do it. If you have no idea where to even begin, try that method. Hit up a scanner, tell it what you're looking for, pull up all the charts for what it's looking for. I have this particular option scanner that I use. If you don't have something like that available, maybe cycle through some web pages that might have news on the particular tickers, maybe look through some earnings reports, whatever it is that kind of helps make your decision as far as entering or not entering a trade. This is just one of the methods that I use, is to pull up a scanner, cycle through what it shows me for the names and tickers that I know and like. Even some that I don't know, I might look at. I don't particularly use the patterns that I just pulled up on the scanner. I've got probably 7 or 8 custom scanners that look for different things. And then I'll pull up the options activity to see if something matches. And if so, that'll help me make a decision to see if I want to follow some of this options activity that might show up on the scanner here. And that might help me make a decision to enter a trade. So if you're not sure where to start, use your scanner, use some tools available to you to help narrow down all the information that's out there. And on that note, hope that helps for you. Happy trading.